Now this really is a premium fixture. Two storied footballing nations, two neighbours. This is a game of champions and legends and tribalism. It is raw, it is Argentina against Brazil. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, I wonder, Jim Beglin, what is going through the minds of these players as they face up, respectively, to their arch-enemies? It is a feeling that I'm sure you can identify with.
Well, the one thing that can be said is that there really is little in terms of what the players need for motivation. The game against the team you do not want to lose to. This is a nightmare to predict for me. It should be tight on paper, but there are so many factors that come into play, Peter, that anything can happen here.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. One of the most eagerly awaited games in football. It never lets us down. And he's intervened well there. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. McAllister. Messi. Douglas Luiz. Has a shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. Oh, not quite. Bruno Guimaraes. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, this guy, Bruno Guimaraes, is going to be the man who I see as the one who brings balance to the team. I think when he's on the ball, yes, he can be a strong runner, but he's become a very central pivot now in making sure that he helps break lines going forward and denies line breaking for his defence. So he's become a big factor now in any team he functions in.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Goes for a shot! Goal! Brazil! Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Neymar gets into some space. He is through here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Marquinhos. Half an hour played now. And it's made its way to him. Can he get onto this? He's shifting through the gears here. Douglas Luiz. And he's managed to get rid. Otamendi. Tries to play it through. Danilo cuts out the pass. Bruno Guimaraes.
Argentina certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Linton. João Pedro. He shifted it to the flank. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Distributed tidily. Now it's Savinho. It's a lovely, neat pass. Messi. The final seconds now. Alvarez. Alvarez! Magnificent from Alvarez! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square.
Aquí están los futbolistas.
To review the first half.
Argentina really showed some resolve in that first half, Peter, after going behind. So I think the message from the manager will be quite a positive one. Keep going and keep doing what you've been doing, because it's pretty good.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Decent chance! Goal, Brazil! And they get themselves in front! The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
Brazil go into the lead. Bruno Guimaraes played out to the right. He's picked his way through. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Tagliafico concedes a free kick for that. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. And it's Danilo. Douglas Luiz, nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Linton, Bruno Guimaraes. And it's Carlos Augusto. Spread it left, steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. McAllister. Now it's Alvarez. Looking for the run, and he welcomes it in. Can he finish? Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Messi has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. Can he finish? Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Alvarez, chance for a shot! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Paredes spots it and intercepts. Well, that's a good run down the left. McAllister. And he's in on, and he shoots! We've got a goal! Again, we are level. What a contest!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening.
Gol de Argentina.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Brazil can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, it's an interesting move, this, Peter. It just gives opposition defences a very different challenge.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Short changes him with that pass. Well, what about it? Argentina are taking this the full distance. Terrific stuff. And this is Messi.
Argentina clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Takes a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! And somehow he managed to miss it.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Cambio.
Brazil making consecutive changes here. Rafinha coming on here as broadly expected.
Yeah, I think it's time for some brave decision-making.
They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, they didn't smell the danger early enough, but I suppose better late than never.
Pinches it off him. And here's Alvarez. Lucas Paqueta.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Now it's to Paul. Great vision. Shot at goal! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count. Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
McAllister plays it short.
Se agregarán 5 minutos al tiempo reglamentario.
Douglas Luiz. João Pedro looking understandably energised after his goal. Bruno Guimaraes to Douglas Luiz. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Marquinhos. Lucas Paqueta plays it through. Neres providing an outlet on that flank. McAllister. And that will be it. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Messi picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, I think all things considered, Peter, this was a fair result. Both sides showed the right qualities to try and win it, and, you know, ultimately ended up cancelling each other out, at least result-wise. I think any other outcome, I don't think would have been fair.
Well, that's it from us. Thanks very much, Jim. It's a very good day to you from both of us.